My name is Katarína Skálová and I come from Slovakia and Czech Republic. And now I live for 1.5 years in Finland, in Helsinki. I'm super sorry that I don't speak Finnish yet. I understand quite a lot, but speaking is really hard for me. So excuse me. I hope when I'll be here in 2 years, I'll be speaking already in Finnish. And I wanted to start with how we came to the political movement and how it kind of arose in Czech Republic. I maybe should have written that I'm talking now about Czech Republic, where I spent most of my life working in culture. I was my last job was section director in National Film Archive. I led 4 departments, 40 people. So I was kind of respected in that field, but during my weekends I was activist. And the movement started in political mobilization against right-wing government. You can relate to that, I think. And against the cuts in all fields, mainly education, and people were angry that this right-wing government in Czech is trying to apply some tuition fees on higher education. So people got really angry and started to mobilize. It was after 2010, and from that they were successful. It didn't pass through, mainly not all the thing they were demanding happened, but the government didn't get the tuition fees through, so that was successful in that sense. But in Czech Republic, the higher education is very respected, and it's something you don't touch. And also, I might come to that at some point, but I'll come back to the higher education in Czech and what's different compared to Finnish higher education. But also people who used to squat, but squat in Prague meant really some cultural centers which were squatted, which were then closed at some point because in 2015 they started to suppress that movement because these people of course were supporting immigrants, and that was the point when it turned. And the politics started to use the squatting movement as a scapegoat, of course, because that was easy. And a lot of anti-racism organization in Czech Republic. And what we did at the start was we were mobilizing for direct action around 2018-19 against fossil fuel infrastructure. It was the time when all these Fridays for Future and Extinction Rebellion, all these movements in climate for climate justice or climate questions has arisen, and there was very strong organization around that in Czech Republic who really organized this climate camps. And they were also successful, and we were kind of blocking coal mines and doing a lot of stuff in that. And I was working as this director in National Film Archive during weekdays, and during weekends I was there, for example, in that crowd, cutting my fingerprints with razors and painting something on my face, so the face recognition, and they don't read my fingerprints and something. Then I was director again on Monday, and it was a little bit of inner fight for me. And so we were kind of very strong. This is from Germany. We were in Czech Republic. We were a lot, not this many, but we were traveling to these kind of mobilizations across Europe, and we enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun fighting police in coal mines and really getting into the fight. And what was super strong for us at that time was really kind of, we felt the fight is already here, the war in a sense is here, but suddenly you are in a situation that it crystallizes that you are on the front line, and you are on the right side, and you are really, and we weren't that non-violent, actually. We were kind of pushing the lines of police and something. I enjoyed that. But yeah, it was fun, but like it was really kind of schizophrenic, this double role of mine. But then later on, these people who I was friend with and started to saying like, okay, we did a lot of work in this. We achieved some like political goals and did something, but now we want to be professional. And they started a group. I wasn't with them at the time because I was still working, and. They started this Reset platform for social and ecological transformation, and they focused on few like movement building, but also like campaign building, like in climate questions and ecological transformation. And part of this was a housing team, which was dealing with the housing crisis, which is actually like super severe in Czech Republic. And like the comparison between the wages and the housing prices are like crazy in Czech Republic. And now, like 2 days ago, there was published some data, some research on, and actually Prague is like the third most expensive city in Europe. Like when you compare wages and housing, and it's like to find a rental apartment in Prague that's like crazy situation. You really can't find it, and every landlord for every flat has got like 200 like applicants, and they are really choosing, okay, not with kids, not with dogs or something. It's really like very humiliating situation there, when the prices are crazy. And so people decided, okay, this is we need to do something in this, and they started really planning from the very start, like planning what would be the best strategy, how to do something in this sense. And there was a lot of like really like power analysis, like what kind of like change we want, and how should it look like. And they started I wasn't there at the time, and they started a new campaign which was focused on one area where people were already like organizing in the past. And the thing is that in Prague there are mostly like smaller landlords. There is no such big. There are not that big companies as in Helsinki, for example. There is this Sato, Lumo, Heka, and then some small landlords. In Prague there are mostly small landlords, and just like 2 areas are owned by one like bigger landlord. And they started organizing in that area, one of those. And actually, there was a year of going every week to that spot, like knocking to doors, like distributing leaflets, talking to people on the street in their neighborhoods. And after a year, I started with them after a few months, and I was also going to this neighborhood. There was so much like monthly meetings, and we just like found out it didn't work at all. Like we just completely failed, and at some point we were like, hey, this is not working. Like we spent a lot of time doing this work, and it didn't work. We were like really doing our best, like meeting with people every week, us like strategizing, planning. Actually, and we were. The interesting thing is like we were 5 of us who were paid. We got some grants. We like grant funded for ourselves, like some very small money, but it was like regular income. But like after 1 year, 5 people were like, no, this is not working. We are not doing the job we should be doing. It's not happening. And we came back to the planning. So we started again, and we spent a few months planning what we are going to do. And we started really to plan new organization. And we were talking to people from like labor unions how to do that, what we want to do. We were talking to people from NGOs focused on like city development and the questions of the like urbanism and these things. And we were like talking to everyone all around. And we like after really like painful process of strategy planning and like analyzing the situation, we came to the conclusion that the thing we really want to do is like organizing a tenants initiative, something which would be similar to tenant union, but in Czech legal system you cannot have a union of tenants. You have to have you can have union just in a working place. I think it's the same here, but maybe correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not that sure, but yeah. So we started an organization which we call Tenants Initiative, but we wanted to work as a membership organization, and we started to really focus on learning ourselves how to organize and like focus on organizing. So we were like used to do these like events, like these mobilization events. But we started to organize, and we were like reading books from Jane McElvey and Marshall Gans and I don't know who all, and we were kind of focusing really on the tools of organizing, and maybe just that we know all what I'm talking about. I just like very quickly. So when I speak of organizing, I'm speaking of a methodology for systematically building membership organization that has been used in recent years in a growing number of organizations, from unions to ecological and social movements to cooperatives and solidarity economy initiatives. And what's important that every person is an active political actor who has to be kind of empowered to organize in a collective. And that's what we started to focus on, that we are really going to build a membership organization and go through, like meet people and really organize them in one collective and kind of build collective power. But back to the theory, or maybe it's good to say the difference. So organizing versus mobilization. So what we were used to do before. Mobilization focuses on one event, like when you want to get as many people to the streets or to the coal mine in one day as possible to do, like to show your power. But like organizing, mobilization can be part of organizing, but it's not the only focus. Like the main focus is long-term structures, building the structure, and the structures are based on personal trust, and the trust is probably like the most important part of this, because it is even like one of the main saying is like our movement moves with the speed of trust, and it showed to us that it really works like that. Like the trust is so important among people. And when we speak of advocacy, because of course we were in contact with the big NGOs and that was at that time, that was the main working method, was that there was this NGO who collected some signatures in some petition and went to the politicians and kind of tried to lobby. But like these NGOs never really built. They were having some, like even like fundraisers, you know, people giving them money or like signing petition, coming even to these mobilizing events, but they were not organized in some structure. They were not meeting regularly. It was kind of not tangible movement. So we decided we really want to build our power on numbers of people who are organized, who are kind of meeting regularly, who know each other, who know what they are doing. They are deciding really on what we are doing. And so the distinction between advocacy and organizing is really like between advocacy works with social connections and meeting with those politicians or someone. And we wanted to build our power in numbers and really build collective power and not thinking of power as power over somebody, but like really collective power, collective political power. And of course, it's the important part is that we are out-organized, not outnumbered. And that was something we're thinking a lot, that, okay, there is like so many tenants having the same troubles, but like we just don't know how to organize ourselves, so we started from the ground. And when we speak of the theory, it's good to think of this, that you have this is the bullseye diagram, which you probably know. I'm sorry if I'm showing something which you really know. Like you are trying to get people inside, like closer to the core of this bullseye diagram. You don't talk to the hostile people, you don't engage with them because there's no point, you just lose your time, your power, and you are trying to get disengaged to make supporters, and supporters make activists, and activists like organizing the core in the structure. So you are trying to get to the inside of this circle as much as you can, those people. And this is like an important part of the theory. So you can kind of think of people, if they are unorganized, they are passive, divided, they are reactive, they don't act. But then you need like social leadership to move them towards being organized, and the social leadership needs to learn those people, kind of to give them some inputs, like in this shared story, creative strategy, effective action. And so people get organized and they are able to be effective and act for the change and make initiative and meaning from what they do, and feel the unity and the trust. I can send you the slides if you are interested. You don't have to take pictures. You can, of course, but don't have to. Yeah, sometimes it's good to think what is the role of an organizer, and the more important I see this in Finland, because I've met across, came across some mostly kind of organization based on anarchism, who were very much like scared of some hierarchy or something like that. But actually, the movement cannot be built and organized without some kind of social leadership, and the organizer has to bring in some like extra knowledge, extra workload. And the leadership is not that you have the power over somebody, you are empowering other people, and you are kind of spreading your knowledge, so you grow new leaders from the crowd around you. And that's actually what's happening to me recently, that here in Helsinki with Students for Palestine, I wasn't very active last weeks, and the things are just happening. I just put out some idea and they do it. And I'm like, okay, I will do it. And they do it sooner than I start. So I'm like, yes, thank you. And then they come with like crazy ideas. And I'm like, yes, this is working. I put a lot of work in, but it's coming back. But I will come back to that more in detail. And I like this part that you accept the responsibility, that you create conditions that enable others to achieve shared purpose. And of course, the face of uncertainty. Yeah, I will come right now. Yeah, it's important. So organizing, it's not helping. You are not helping the people to do the thing. You are just really empowering them, like helping them to. Helping is something else. You are just creating the space for them to find their solution. And it's of course not marketing, that's an important thing, and I will talk about that more. So this is the logo of our tenants initiative in Prague. I made the logo because we were like fifth at the beginning. So we were doing like everything. I was the only designer there, so I designed this logo. Now I was trying to, when preparing my presentation, I was trying to find it in our shared drive, and I couldn't find it. And I was the author of the like structure on the drive, and I had to give it to the organization a few months ago. And I cannot find it. It's so much things there. I was like, wow, this is so much happening, and I don't know about it anymore. You know, I started the thing with 4 people, and I'm completely out. Like so many people are in that I completely lost track what's happening. So when being here in Finland, and so as I said, we are a membership organization, and we pay monthly membership fees. And this is quite a nice thing actually, because because we started with, yeah, I went quite fast, I can be slower. We started with year membership fees, and then we found out it doesn't work. And when you have monthly, you can collect more money, and kind of, and it creates this sense of belonging. Although it sounds like this is just like giving money like Spotify or something. It's not like that, you know. Like people feel more part of that, even though they are not active in the organization. When they are having this like monthly paying regular payment being transferred, they kind of, oh, okay, so I'm part of that. It helps them, and it's the first thing you can tell them how to, okay, you can help, if you want to be part of this and you don't have time, just send us money, that's fine, we are fine with that. And we say these fees are like according to our wage, so usually we give like 3 levels, like 50 crowns is the lowest, which is 2 euros, you know, anyone can pay that monthly, but like the good is like 10 euros, or it should be kind of your hour wage. And when you think how much you work in a month, then like, okay, you can send 1 hour wage to this organization when you see it makes sense. Yeah, it started in September, so now it's exactly 3 years. We were 5, and then we were 6 when we were starting. We like took in 1 new paid organizer. So we were 6 paid organizer at the time, and now it's almost 600 members after these 3 years in 6 cities. And the members are all those paying those monthly membership fees. And of those 600, there might be like 50 active people who are active on like weekly basis, going to meetings, and yeah. So our long-term change theory, how we want to change, is building up an organization strong enough to change the societal dynamics and empower our members. And I hope I have, yes, this is important. I will come back maybe to those, how we build those numbers. But we have 2 main platforms, and it is solidarity. So we really we are trying to get our members to feel the solidarity, and we are kind of supporting each other. The community members are supporting each other with their problems, which seems to be individual. Of course, they are not. They are very political. But like, it's easy to think, okay, I can't find good rent, or my landlord is not giving me the deposit back or something, and it's my individual problem. But then you find out like every landlord is like this and not paying back the deposits. And so you then, it's much easier to tackle the problems when you're a group of people who are able to kind of have some experiences already, and do some of this work together, like just thinking about the cases together. And we are aimed towards like structural change. So we want to create a social movement, and we want to push for a structural change, so people in rent can live in dignity. And what we often say, that we are not an organization of service, and we build solidarity, not charity. And that's super important, because like charity is of course very colonial concept, and like builds some hierarchy. We really want to like build solidarity among and we are doing that among our members. We never solve people's problems, but we help them how to solve their problems. And if someone contacts us like, hey, I have this problem with landlord, they want to evict us or something, and we're okay, but like first become a member. It took us some time to learn this, that you have to kind of invite those people to be member and not because it's so we are so used to help people, but like you have to like twist this mindset. Like no, those people can help themselves. They just have to feel like empowered that they have some power, and usually like we found out those people are in right, you know, against those landlords. Just those landlords are so much used to do whatever they want because they have that kind of power over the tenants that it's enough. For example, the most common problem we solve is that, yes, as I said, like these small landlords, they just never give back this deposit, and these are usually like 3 months rent. It's quite a lot of money. And they just don't give it back, and we do these like small direct actions that we just go to the process when they give the keys back to the landlord, and we are 3 people there with the tenant, and we are just like kind of prepared. We have usually online our like student of law who's focusing on this topic, or they are there with us or something, but like we are just like really, like those people, those tenants just feel much stronger when there is someone with them and who is fighting for, like helping them to fight for their rights. And if we see something is not like all right, we just like step in and we just like, no, we think this is not blah, blah, blah. And we are just like, it helps so much. And yesterday I just got message in one of our channels that we helped actually since our existence, because we have like different working groups, and this is like we call it action and solidarity working group, which is going to this, which is trying to solve these like individual, but like problems of our members with their landlords, these like smaller cases, and we are stepping in and we are like finding together the solution at the meetings. So we know we have this case, and we kind of really talked through what can we do in this case, and then who can go for the kind of the inspection of the flat with them, and how we can help them. And so we think the solution through, and we have the cases. I found it just yesterday in one file, and it counts the amount of money we are already saved from the pockets of tenants, and it's already almost 1 million crowns, which is 40,000 euros in these 4 years. So that's 3 years. So we kind of really we are counting it, because I think it's a funny part to know, like in numbers, how much money you saved, like from from the landlords to the tenants. So that's quite nice. So it's quite a lot now, and yeah. So that's what we do, and we try to educate the tenants. We have like monthly meetings. Where we public meetings, and we always have some topic we are talking about, like some change of law is coming, so we talk about that, and we kind of discuss in smaller groups, and we come up with some solutions, and we're really like using those tools we are thinking through at these monthly meetings, and we are really using them in our practice then. And we have this group dedicated to working with members, where we keep tracks of who is member, who is not, and how to get them involved. And we are kind of at these public meetings, when new people come, we take their contacts, their numbers, and we are training people how to lead these one-on-one talks, which are really like personal meetings with those people. We have the new contact, we have a new number, and someone says, okay, I want to be your member. So we call them the next day, within 24 hours, we call them, and we invite them, like we want to meet you personally. And we have a group of people who are able to do these one-on-one talks, who went through some workshops, some trainings, how to do those talks, who train to. And these people, we distribute this. We have, for example, from one, even like 15 new contacts, and we have 5 people willing to take those contacts. So everyone takes 3 who he calls the next day, or they call the next day, and settle a meeting within the next 2 weeks. So we really like come, meet that person, talk to them, what are they like resources, and very often end up with people not ever showing up, which is normal, and often just like paying membership fees, which we are happy, but sometimes we get like really active members and like new members who like really enrich the community. So and it's like really worth it. It's a very slow process, but it's worth it. It's really happening. And at the start, it was such pain because we didn't know how to do that, and we put so much energy in every person we met, and like the no-shows were so high because like we didn't know how to do that, and it was so personal. We took it so personally, you know, like, oh, this person is not, you know, coming again, and it was so hurtful, you know. In the beginning, we were just 6, and it really started so slow, you know. It started so slow. I personally didn't trust it at the beginning at all, but like we had like 200 members after first year, so then it showed up. It worked in a way. So we also do organize some like houses when they have like a common landlord, and we do like door-to-door campaigns or organize like meetings of like the neighborhood meetings which deal with these questions, and so yeah, so also some workshops and skill sharing how to do this kind of work. Yeah, I was speaking about this. This is us like last fall. Like we have this yearly like national gathering or something. So this was it. Yeah, and the funny part was like at start we are going to focus on really like the working class, you know, like the not people from our bubble, and we ended up completely organizing just people from our bubble, and it's endless. We found out just like so many people in our age gap in the capital or something. Just there are so many people who have the same problems that we still don't see after these 3 years end of this. Capacity, how much it can grow, and there are people who have like experiences with students organizing, and they are like, hey, we still don't see the end. We can do just this for a very long time and organize this kind of people who we like trust. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, does their own bubble mean like people you know already?
Yeah, maybe not own bubble, maybe more. Own like social group, right?
Yeah.
That we still haven't planned it. We still haven't gone really to the outskirts of Prague where very different people are. At the same time, I'm not completely right here because we started like new cells in other cities, and for example, Ostrava is like a cold region in the northeastern of Czech Republic with very specific like traumas and like historical problems, and we have like cell for 2 years there, and that's like completely different work, like working with minorities and kind of these minor workers who were kind of really tricked into some situations and threatened with evictions and this kind of situation. So that's different. This is mostly, but not only, but like most of the people are from Prague. But we are trying to like really now focusing on the other smaller towns, organizing there. So we have six cells now. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, so that's this part. How much time do I still? Oh, okay, I'm not that fast as I thought. Of course, that's what happened. No, then at some point I decided to move to Finland. That was just idea, so I did. I thought it will be easy. It is not easy. But what I started to do, I started to organize. I joined the encampment year and something ago at Helsinki University. And I was like, okay, I have to use my, I have to do something more in the political work. I don't know how to start, so here are some comrades I can join. So I joined the encampment and started to go to some general meetings and something. And yeah, so this is about Students for Palestine. Yeah, so we're, yeah, of course. I don't have to explain the politics behind. Of course, you know yourself a lot about that. I think it's a very pressuring issue, and we are trying to get the universities to like suspend research cooperations, and so these are our demands. I don't know why I put just Helsinki University, but this applies to other universities. And now we have new campaign which is focusing really on European level research, and especially Horizon like research program. But like my personal story, I started to go to this and I was so shocked, like, the meetings were so ineffective, and I was already used to, like, okay, we have this goal during this meeting, blah, 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 meeting is over, we are done, and we are super effective. And I came there, and I was suffering so badly, and I was like, no, this has to change. And I was like, and I didn't want to be pushy, because I was like, okay, I just came from another country and I cannot like tell someone what to do. So I was like, maybe I can give you a little workshop of meeting facilitation. And I started to kind of, I don't know, somehow I found one comrade, Upu, who was like really on the same page as I was, like reading about organizing and like having the same kind of visions. And we started to implement them here in the students' movement. And it was very different. Please, your question.
Yeah, it's not a comment. It's just funny how like basic stuff we're talking sometimes about.
Yeah.
Like, so how to organize a meeting. Because that's like sometimes we're like cooperating with different organizations in our area. That's like one big big things that sometimes very difficult.
Yes.
And like a very quick contrast on how we're doing it versus how they're doing it.
Yeah, it's you know, it's such a big leap when you learn how to organize a meeting effectively, and suddenly things started to happen. You know, it's yeah, and they want to come back to the meetings. That's also important, because when they see like they are sitting in like hours-long meeting which doesn't lead somewhere, they just get, you know, they are not, they don't want to stay, they don't want to come back or something in the movement. So it has to be kind of empowering, and it has to be energizing, and it has to be effective so things get done. So I kind of, we together with this UPU, we started to, okay, like, do a lot, and we kind of worked on structure. If I have time, I will show you a little bit of the structure which we put in place. But we are using these tools from these organizing methods. And the funny part was that I started to give a kind of workshop on these one-on-one talks, how to. And the reaction was in Finland was so like, hey, come on, we are in Finland. No one is going to give you a number. And no one is going to call someone like strange the next day. It doesn't make sense. Really, we are in Finland. This is different. I was like, come on. Okay, whatever. Let's try it. And now the funny fact is like now was the orientation week in Helsinki University. And like just during 4 days, not counting today, of this orientation week, we got 33 numbers to people who were told, we are going to call you tomorrow. And like every of these 33 numbers is covered by someone who is going to call them. I have one contact to call after this lecture, like, hey, are you going to meet me? And it's like, there is, of course, it's not easy thing to do, to call a stranger, to ask for a number. It's not easy, but like, I think the like political change in it's work, you know. It's you have to get over some like like discomfort, you know. You have to get out of your comfort zone, and I don't like those calling at all. Meeting is okay, but like calling, I always hate it. I did it, and we all kind of did it, and it works. It's just the tool that works. So it works even in Finland. Surprise, surprise. We have already like 20 people who are doing these one-on-one talks, and we have actually. Funnily, it's the same number. We have now like 33 active members who are really working on weekly basis just in University of Helsinki. We have then like also in Aalto and UniArts and in Tampere, I don't know where all. we are going to focus more on kind of building these cells in other cities as well. But yeah, so we are organizing in case we have like more newcomers, then we have like newcomers evening when we are not able to do these one-on-one talks with the people. We are sitting at these campuses like really two people. There's orientation week, so two people are sitting there with Palestinian flag and like meeting people. We're doing these workshops and trainings. Yeah, on these one-on-ones, on facilitation. Now we plan some, we are doing some direct action trainings doing now. Like, so because we want to be kind of, I'm now connecting this organization and this like direct action thingies. I started an action group and that's something, it's a good group. You will see on Monday, I hope you will see on Monday. Yeah, so we are preparing something and like learning how to kind of be disruptive also, apart from other things. Yeah, and we are focusing on this increasing effectivity at meetings. And we have two committees which are in charge for reproductive movement organizing. It's this internal structures and processes. Yeah, I had it in Finnish, so I put it there. Sisäiset rakenteet ja prosessit komitea. So we are really focusing on what, how we are organized in the structure, how the structure looks like, where the information flows, when, what are the meetings, how it should, and it's not easy, you know, it's not easy. You have to think a lot through it. Oh. Hello. And then we have super strong this onboarding committee who is like training new people, like organizing these reach out events, training new people how to onboard and really what kind of information new members should get. So it's as effective as possible, and it's showing now. Yeah, and I wanted to, if I have time, a little bit time. Okay, I should be ending with these maybe now, but
yeah, should we kind of?
If I can have 5 minutes.
Is it's about the question of campaigns?
Yeah, like together with. I wanted to shortly, maybe for 1 minute, show you the structure.
Yeah.
If you are interested. Yeah, of the Students for Palestine. What was the? This is another. Yeah. So we have kind of these working groups, and yeah, so we do organize events which are kind of education. Then we have this onboarding, this ISP group, I spoke about that. But we have also repression support and monitoring or victim support, which is starting like how to act in cases that there is some repression, and it's happening, of course. So we are working on that. We have IT group, media group. That's quite obvious what it means. Then coalition groups, group which works on like cooperation with other student bodies. For example, we made power analysis and we decided there is no point on really like pushing that much on the university leadership or lobbying or talking with them. We are doing with students' bodies because that's where we want to focus. And like, yeah, to the leadership, university leadership, we are just showing our muscles on Monday. I'm looking forward. I'm sorry. With this action group, we are the most rough team, so we are doing a lot. And so we are really like, but with the student bodies, we are communicating with them and trying to get them like in a nice way on our side, not the leadership. We are not talking to them anymore. And we have like this bi-weekly bigger meetings. There is like each group has got coordinator, which is a role, which is this like leader's role, the one who's like making sure things are happening, new people are in the group onboarded, blah blah blah, and those are meeting in every like month once, and talking, these people are talking what are the, like doing the actual work, like those processes, like, okay, what needs to be done. And these coordinators' roles are changing, usually 3 months, for example, and then someone else is, so we are kind of sharing the role, it's not one person, so the hierarchy shouldn't be kind of in place that much. And then once a month, after 2 weeks, is general meeting where every member is kind of welcomed and we more decide on things. And then like we always go like every 2 weeks, these committees or working groups have meetings and like work in their own pace, and they bring their topics to either coordinators meeting or general meeting. So we kind of have this structure which we are constantly improving. It's not perfect at this point. Yes?
So does this whole like rotation go once a month? Or
Yeah. Yes. It's a month rotation. So one general meeting in a month, one coordinators meeting. And we are still kind of unsure. Now I was preparing agenda for general meeting because we started to have this meeting template, which is such a good tool how to prepare a meeting when you have template and you kind of know already how to think. But we have not a good template for this general meeting, and I was like, this is so painful. So we are constantly improving these things. So yeah, that's how it works. So that's all from this part I wanted to show you. Now I have this kind of question maybe for the discussion.